When I started my eBay reselling journey just over 3 months ago, not only was I excited to start out, but I was a little nervous as well, as to be expected. One of my goals reselling was to start reselling part-time and to give a second chance to used items that weren't being used anymore. Many of the items that I started reselling with and continue to do so today are mine. And I do this to encourage sustainability and to keep items out of a landfill. So if you are thinking about reselling or you are a new reseller as well, welcome. Welcome to ReMended and Revival. You have found a safe, collaborative community here. And I'm so happy that you are here. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 unexpected things I didn't think about that would happen when I started reselling on eBay 3 months ago. So when I started reselling 3 months ago, these are some of the things I didn't expect I would learn. Some of them might not surprise you, but some of them may. And at the very end, I'm going to share 2 extras that I feel deserve their own little space here. So 5 unexpected things I learned as a new reseller and 2 bonuses. The first thing I really didn't think about or expect was the importance of being very mindful of selecting the items I chose to add to my eBay store. In the beginning, I thought the more the better, and I didn't really research too much. I did a little, but I didn't research too much into the items I was posting on my eBay store. For example, say I went through my closet and found some shirts that I wasn't wearing and thought, well, I just opened up my eBay store and I need items to sell, so I'm just going to put these on my eBay store. Sounds like a great idea, and it really is a good idea. However, and now that I have had 3 months to think about that, some of those items that I posted 3 months ago, well, they still sit in my eBay store because had I taken a little bit extra time to research and see selling comparables on eBay, what has sold in that exact style of shirt, how long it took to sell, that sort of thing, maybe I wouldn't have chosen to post one of those items on my eBay store. Why? Because I want to sell items relatively quickly. I don't really want to hold on to items to have them sell in 1 or 2 years. I would prefer my sell-through rate to be, 1 to 3 months. That would be amazing. So it's something that I've learned about the way I choose to run my store moving forward. I need to be more selective and do more research to see how well that item sells. Does it sell? How long does it take the item to sell? How much does the item sell for? Will I make enough of a profit to make this worth my time, etc.? That's the first thing I learned, really being much more mindful about what I choose to sell on my store. And it's also okay to sell whatever you want and wait 3 to 5 years to have something sell. If that's your business model, that's awesome for you. The second thing I learned was how long it takes to fully list an item on eBay. When I say fully list, I mean source the item, whether it came from my home or from a thrift store, to if I need to wash the item or not, to taking pictures of that item, to measuring the item, should I need to measure it, then adding a description to the item, to create a listing, to then adding it to YouTube. That takes a lot of time. And am I getting better at carving away the time and being more mindful of how I process each item? Absolutely. But in the beginning, oh my goodness, it took me so much time to do all these things. And it still does take time. I mean, it has to take time, but I am embracing it. It's part of the process. It's part of the eBay reselling journey, but I didn't expect that much time to be taken from one little item. The best part is, in my opinion, selling that item. So all of these steps in creating a listing are worth it, with the end result being let's sell it. The third thing I didn't think about was the amount of packing tape that I would go through. Now this may sound really silly to more experienced eBay resellers, but as a new reseller, I knew I needed to have packing tape, and I started with the packing tape that I had at my house, which happened to be a small roll that was kind of just in a little circle and you could cut it off that way. That worked until I finished that roll, and then I realized the amount of time, the amount of packing tape I'm using, I need something more efficient. So I invested in a handheld, I should get it, it's down in my, I'll take a picture of it and insert it here so you see, or here. It's somewhere here, it's either here or here, you'll see it soon. But this is something I invested in. I don't think it was too awful much. You can get this many places, but I picked mine up at the local hardware store, and this has been a lifesaver. I use this all the time, every time I pack an item. Every single time, okay? Packing tape is a necessity. I buy them in bulk, and I am very appreciative of how strong it is and how clear it is. And thank you, packing tape. Number 3, didn't expect to say how much I appreciated packing tape, but I do. So if you're a new reseller, make sure you have packing tape handy. And if you don't have one of these packing guns that I now have, that's okay. If you start reselling a lot more, you may want to invest in one. The fourth thing I didn't really think about or expect was communication. And when I say communication, I mean communication with prospective buyers. I have gotten many questions from people thinking about purchasing a certain item. They'll message me and say, you know, are there any stains, or are there any holes, or can you send me this particular measurement? And I need to respond to all of those. And it's a good thing I like to communicate. In fact, I love to communicate. So this is a good thing for me, but I didn't think about it. Be mindful. When you get a message on eBay, I mean, unless it's in the middle of the night, obviously you're not going to respond right away, or I'm certainly not going to respond right away. But when I do get a message during the day hours, I try to respond as soon as I can, because communication is possibly a way that I can make a sale, right? Especially if it's a prospective buyer. Now, I also am noticing that communication is key for me in the way I run my business. Every time I get an order, after I package it up, I immediately write a message to my buyer and say, thank you so much for your purchase of whatever the item was. I have packaged it up. I've included shipping, and it is going to be coming your way. I'm bringing it to the post office tomorrow or today or whatever the day is, and it'll be coming your way to your home soon. Thanks again. So just a simple little message. Could I copy paste it? Sure, I could. Because mostly I'm saying the same thing with the exception of whatever the item is. It's just a little extra detail that I like to do, and I know now that my buyers do appreciate it. Not that I've heard from every single buyer, no, but I have heard from many buyers in feedback that they appreciate that communication. So communication is key. It's always been key. This is one of those unexpected things I really didn't think about before starting my reselling journey on eBay. The fifth thing I really didn't think about while starting reselling on eBay was the amount of times I would be going to the post office. Now, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining in the least. And I know I have options available to me. As a reseller, you can choose what shipping platform you want to ship through. I choose to ship through the post office. And fortunately for me, I live about 10 minutes away from 2 different post offices. So it's not that big of a deal for me to get to the post office. I also choose in my business to ship within 1 day. So I am constantly going to the post office. If I am selling every single day, I am going to the post office one time every single day. And I didn't think about that. And again, while I'm not saying this is a bad thing or a negative thing, I didn't think about that being part of the time that I would give up during the day. And that's just something that I have learned. So if you're a new reseller, that might be something to think about. From what I have found for shipping, selling through the post office Ground Advantage has been the most affordable for myself and for my buyers. So that's why I've been using the post office, but you can always ship through FedEx, UPS, and I'm sure there's other shipping platforms out there as well. Now, I did mention in the beginning, there are 2 extras, and these 2 extras I'm really excited to share, because have I learned more than 5 things while reselling on eBay? Absolutely, I have. I had to narrow it down to my 5 that I thought could be very helpful for a new reseller my size. These are 2 more things that I have learned while reselling, and the first one is kind of an unexpected thing. Something I didn't really think about was receiving feedback from my buyers. Now, I have sold, I think at this time, over 100 items in the past 3 months, which, whoa, so exciting. I'm thrilled about. I didn't really know what to expect or if this was even a possibility, but wow. Something that was a great welcome surprise was receiving feedback and hearing just kind words and how appreciative some of my buyers were to my thank you notes that I send to them in the mail, or just simply a thank you sticker that adheres to some tissue paper that surrounds the item. Not always do I wrap my items in tissue paper like a present, but sometimes I do if I can. Why? Because why not? I have the tissue paper and it makes it look like a special item. And when someone buys something that's used, why not make them feel happy about opening up their new little present? That's how I would feel. No, not everyone feels that way, and that's okay. And again, I don't do that for all of my items, but hearing people say the appreciation in the packaging, in how speedy my shipping was, in my communication, this fuels my soul. And I love that so much, and I didn't expect that. And my last bonus is something I didn't expect as well. And that is meeting, I'm saying in quotations, meeting and learning from other brand new resellers just like me on YouTube. And I say meeting loosely because we are here on this platform of YouTube, and there are so many creators, and we're so fortunate to have this platform to learn from each other, to be educated. YouTube has all the answers, doesn't it? It truly does. Just finding and discovering other channels who are literally going through the same things as me as a small, brand new eBay reseller is awesome. Now, of course, I love learning from the experienced, bigger YouTubers. Of course, I love that, who are also eBay resellers. They have the tips and tricks and advice that I don't have yet at 3 months in. And they have wisdom that I am going to take and write down and learn from. But getting to know some of these smaller YouTube channels and newer eBay resellers has been such a blessing and such a gift. And I'm really happy to continue watching these people grow their businesses. This is not a competition. This is an opportunity to cheer on and root on fellow sellers and encourage each other. So Candace, I am shouting you out. I will post her channel up here. I'm so proud of this young woman. She's a mom, a wife. She has 4 young kids, and she is crushing YouTube and eBay. And it's interesting, I've never met her, but I've seen her channel on YouTube, and I'm watching all of her videos. And Candace and I started like almost exactly the same time. I think she started reselling on eBay a couple weeks before me, but basically the same time, which is crazy. And she's just crushing it. So I'm so proud of her. That was the most unexpected thing that I discovered in this journey was, meeting these new folks, meeting these new channels, and learning and growing from them. So that was long, but thank you for being here. This has been so much fun. I would love to know if you are a reseller as well, something that you would add to this list, or if you have any other questions for me, just post them down in the comments below and we'll start a discussion. Take care, and I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Bye, guys.